Hey, good Thursday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresco. Let's begin with a look at current traffic and weather conditions with 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Nick. So far, so good here today. Let's take a look at traffic, and you can see here up and down 91, we're in good shape. The Pike is also in good shape from Lee all the way to Worcester, so no major problems. There's a little bit of a slowdown between Sturbridge and Charlton on the Pike eastbound, but not a major concern for us here in the Pioneer Valley. Let's take a look at temperatures now, and you can see here we're in the low 50s in many places. 53 Springfield, 51 Northampton, and in Greenfield 49 and Orange. Even in the Berkshires we're in the upper 40s to low 50s. Got a few scattered clouds around. Generally benign weather here heading into the weekend. It's going to get warmer too. We'll let you know about that with our 22 News Storm Team forecast.
All right, Brian, thank you. TD Bank is closing more locations in New England, and 2 of them are right here in Western Massachusetts. The bank plans to shut down the locations in East Longmeadow and Holyoke. This comes as the company continues to recover from a $3 billion payout after pleading guilty to not stopping money laundering and illegal transactions last October. The bank says it is planning to shut down 38 locations across the country, including 6 in Massachusetts, 8 in Maine and New Hampshire, and 2 in Connecticut. TD Bank has nearly 150 locations in our state. The Holyoke St. Patrick's Parade is in need of more than 100 sign carriers. The St. Patrick's Committee of Holyoke is putting out a call for people interested in carrying the banners that announce each award winner, band, float, marching unit, and division in the parade. Sign holders must be over the age of 12. Each will receive a special St. Patrick's Parade sweatshirt and a $20 payment. For more information on how you can apply, you can visit our website. And don't forget, the 72nd Annual Holyoke St. Patrick's Parade will air on March 23rd, starting at noon right here on 22 News, and meteorologist Brian Lapis very excited about it. Meantime, State Police Trooper Michael Proctor is back in court today and the trial board proceedings in the Karen Reed case. The board will now consider whether Proctor can remain on the force following his handling of Reed's case. Any recommendations would be sent to the leader of the state police and the state's post commission. Reed's retrial date is set for April, and the outcome will have heavy implications on today's trial board hearing. As the lead investigator in the Reed case, Proctor faced allegations of misconduct and criticism for his highly offensive text messages about Reed. Pentagon secrets leaker Jack Teixeira pleaded guilty to military charges of obstructing justice in his court-martial hearing today. The plea agreement calls for dishonorable discharge and no confinement. The judge has approved the plea agreement. The former Air National Guard member was already sentenced last year to 15 years in prison after pleading guilty in federal court to 6 counts of willful retention and transmission of national defense information under the Espionage Act. His sentencing for his court-martial charges is expected to occur this afternoon. A dry afternoon out there as we bring back in meteorologist Brian Lapis.
Yeah, you know, some spots may have had a coating of snow this morning. Of course, that's now long gone. Temperatures in the 50s, and at least the start of the weekend is looking dry and relatively mild. Clouds and radar showing some scattered thin clouds overhead right now. Let's look into the future. 22 News Storm Team Skycast, 5 o'clock here this afternoon. A few clouds around, scattered clouds to variable clouds here tonight. Dry during the evening hours. Evening temperatures will be in the 40s, I expect. And then overnight, we've got that total lunar eclipse happening. The totality happens between 2:30 and 3:30 a.m. early tomorrow morning. Right now, there are parts of the Pioneer Valley that will be able to see that eclipse. Notice the clear air here in Hampshire and Franklin County. So if you're into all things astronomical, you may want to get up and take a look outside for the eclipse when the sun or the earth is between the moon and the sun. Pretty cool stuff. Anyhow, some clouds here to start the day tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. A few clouds in the lower Pioneer Valley. Clouds thin out to a mostly sunny afternoon, we expect. There it is. High temperatures back up near 60 degrees here tomorrow afternoon and potentially into the 60s over the weekend. We'll track when it may rain this weekend with a 22 News Storm Team forecast.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced today that he agrees in principle with a U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire with Ukraine. Putin said the terms are yet to be worked out, but suggested that any agreement would forge a path towards lasting peace. Putin also saying Russia would need guarantees that Ukraine would not use the pause to rearm and continue mobilization. President Trump said there have been good signals coming out of Russia and offered optimism from Putin's response. A potential global trade war is looming after President Trump moved forward with his planned tariffs against Canada. Canada's retaliatory response began today with tariffs on over $21 billion worth of American goods. The European Union also announcing that it would also impose about $28 billion on American exports. China also announcing plans for tariffs on the U.S. Experts warn the trade war would directly impact American consumers. Tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has eliminated $1 billion in funding for local food banks and schools. Tonight, find out how it will affect residents right here in the Commonwealth. And the Northampton City Council censured one of its members following, quote, egregious conduct in February. We hear from officials on the latest action. Plus, an electric bike battery exploded in a Holyoke apartment over the weekend, injuring one and leaving several without a home. We hear from safety officials on how you can stay safe when using electric bikes. Brian.
Traffic moving along fine here, I-91 and also across the Pike, even downtown. Only some minor delays at the intersection or the merge of 291 and 91 and 291 and the Pike. Warm weather continues into and through the weekend. We'll track temps on 22 News at 5.
And latest news and weather anytime on our website, wwlp.com, and the free 22 News app. We'll see you tonight at 5.